The question, how do I write scripts, is the same question as how do I find the time to consistently write YouTube scripts while maintaining a full-time job and still have the energy and creativity to come up with a fresh topic every single week, sometimes even 2 topics a week. It's a very big question, and the answer isn't that simple, but I definitely have some tips that I can share. In this video, I'm going to share 3 tips that keep me on track to produce a script every single week. Then I'll take you behind the scenes of my personal step-by-step process for writing scripts, a method that I have optimized over my 2 years on YouTube. So here are the 3 tips. 1. Beat the world's biggest distraction. To generate enough willpower to script, we must make it easy for ourselves. So the first hurdle to writing consistently is overcoming the convenience of our phones. The endless scroll is honestly a creativity killer. So here's my secret weapon: pen and paper. I always carry a journal and a pen with me, no matter where I go. This simple habit makes it insanely easy to jot down ideas whenever inspiration strikes. My ability to consistently script and post videos on YouTube is entirely dependent on the habit of journaling. I find that there is just something meaningful, authentic, and raw about putting pen to paper. You feel what you're saying deeper, understand more, and have the opportunity to fully develop your ideas. So that's tip number 1. Bring a pen and a paper with you everywhere. 2. You need to leverage your waiting time. We all know that time is precious, but we often overlook the pockets of time that we're stuck waiting, like during a commute or in a line or queue. For me, the commute to work is prime scripting time. I use these moments to pull out my journal and just get to work. If you just become more intentional about using these pockets of time, you'll be absolutely amazed by how much more you're able to accomplish. So tip number 2 is leverage your waiting time. 3. Source topics for your videos directly from your journal. The hardest part about scripting isn't the writing itself. It's coming up with meaningful topics that resonate with you and your audience. My ultimate solution? I find all of my video topics directly from my personal journal. Therefore, I found that the easiest way to come up with topics for your videos is to pick up the habit of journaling. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Journal and feel better, but also find topics that both resonate with you and your audience. What you're going through right now as a 24-year-old and journaling about is gonna reach somebody on the other side that's going through that exact same thing. By journaling about my thoughts, feelings, and current experiences, I generate authentic ideas that reflect what I'm currently grappling with. For me, creating personal development content feels inauthentic if I'm not discussing something that I'm currently dealing with in my human experience. If I just brainstorm what's gonna get the most views, it does not sit right with me. That way my energy is real and my audience knows that I'm creating these videos for both of us, for you and for me. My YouTube channel is like my public journal, and I think that's reflected by how many comments I get of people saying that they resonated with my videos. Because in them, I'm trying to reflect my pure essence. I'm trying to reflect exactly what I'm going through with no filter attached. So now with all that said and done, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how I personally write my scripts. Essentially, it's a 4-step process. 1. Start with a journaling session. I personally bring a pen and my journal every morning on my commute to work. I spend about 30 minutes or 10 or so stops freely journaling. If I notice somewhere that there's tension or unease within me, I write about it. I just try and get it all out onto the page. 2. Look for epiphanies. As I'm writing and laying it all out onto the table, insights will naturally emerge. It could be a sudden aha moment about a situation or a realization about something I want to work on. These moments often become the seeds to my scripts. 3. Refine and expand. After my free writing session, I go back and reread everything. I underline thoughts or ideas that stand out and then dive deeper into those topics, writing more detailed reflections. I write and write and write freely in my journal until I naturally come to a finishing point. Which brings me to 4, organize the content for YouTube. Once I've fleshed out my ideas and stream of consciousness, I type it up onto my computer. This is where I reorganize the content into a cohesive script for YouTube. Now I'm ready to film. This process works because it's rooted in authenticity. By starting with pen and paper, I'm able to access a deeper level of thought and creativity. It's old school, but it's incredibly effective. I also think that the nature of my content allows me to script in this way. But I still think that starting with a pen and a paper, no matter what content you make, is never a bad idea. The biggest takeaway here is that scripting doesn't have to be so rigid. By embracing journaling and finding small ways to fit writing into your day, you can make consistent progress without sacrificing your energy or your creativity. And most importantly, just stay true to yourself. When you create content that's aligned with your own experience, your audience will feel it, and your videos will resonate with them more deeply. So grab a pen and a journal and just start writing. You have no idea where your next idea will come from. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this different style of how-to content. I hope you're able to find the smallest of takeaways given the lifestyle that you live and the conditions that you face. As a reminder, modifications of any of this advice is completely okay. You're doing something that you can do, and that is something that you should always be proud of. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the flippity flop, guys. Thank you. Peace.